Drama City Productions.com.
You are plugged in for the Podcast Wrestling Society, where you can get dynamic weekly pro wrestling and MMA related content. Give us a follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at P.W.S. Society so that you can stay in the know.
Space is the place, and the sky's the limit.
And if you like what you hear, give us a 5-star review and hit that subscribe button.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Now, your host, he is the one and only Troy Adams.
It's time! Welcome to yet another Wrestling Wednesday on the Podcast Wrestling Society. Fighting out of the blue corner, I'm your loving leader, benevolent host, and Midwest monster. My record stands at infinity and O, Troy Adams. And fighting out of the red corner, he is O for life, and he is the Uriah Faber to my Joseph Benavidez on this Team Alpha male. He is Greg. What up, Greg?
Word up.
Figured you'd like the alpha male reference.
Well, he's the California kid.
Well, yeah.
I like the O for life thing, by the way. Not many people are going to get that, but I got it.
Yeah.
Hint, it's Shawn Michaels.
Well, I decided going with... I would have made myself Uriah Faber, but I'm like, I don't know. Is Benavidez from Cali?
Yeah, I think the entire alpha male crew is...
Yeah, I figured.
Well, I think Garbrandt's actually from your neck of the woods.
Oh, really? Well, so the state that is round on both ends and high in the middle?
Yeah, wasn't 420 a couple days ago?
No, not that kind of... Not like Colorado high in the middle. Well,
hey, F Colorado. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Oh, my... We're keeping it PG-13, people. And
I hate
like,
the Broncos, man. I'm sorry.
I hate the Broncos too, but I'm a Browns fan, so you know why I hate them.
Let's not go there. Let's not do this.
Yeah, we're not talking about that shoot sport today, bro. We're talking about another shoot sport today, bro. But that's only going to be part of the podcast because we're going to try a little bit of a different format instead of a long form like event or period of time, or in Russo's case, one person. We're going to kind of mix it up, talk about what's hot today in wrestling and MMA outside of WWE. Because if you want WWE news, there's 1,000,005 different places to get WWE news and rumors and whatnot. But I compiled all the biggest news from outside of WWE in the wrestling world. We're going to have fun talking about it. And you are the MMA guy, so I compiled a few MMA stories, figured we could get some discussion out of, and kind of go from there. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, bro.
Do it.
First, before we jump into the format, I did want to let you all know about WrestlingWithWrestling.com. I am keeping up with it now. The newest podcasts are always on WrestlingWithWrestling.com, as well as other great shows like the Andre Corbeil Show, 205 Jive with friend of the show, Jacob
Which
Brown. I
recommend.
Yes, you said last week it actually makes you somewhat give a damn about 205 Live, which is really hard to do. They did lose another big star with Cedric Alexander, but...
Oh, they lost two, because Murphy...
Well, yeah. Yeah, Murphy is what, SmackDown?
No, I think he's on Raw. Cedric is SmackDown, right? Or maybe I got that backwards.
Yeah, I think you got it backwards. Yeah, because I saw Cedric was on Raw, and I'm like, oh, so now they're jumping off to the Red brand. And then I see Buddy. I'm like, why is Buddy Murphy on SmackDown? I don't think they're married yet, but girlfriend, fiance, whatever, is on Raw. I don't know. They're being weird about it. But either way.
And yet, poor, what's the other guy's name? I don't remember his name. The other guy with Murphy.
Oh, Blake.
Wesley Blake.
Yeah, Wesley Blake, yeah.
Still the only guy left in NXT that was at the very first takeover. Pretty bad.
Yeah, poor dude.
Everyone you and I saw in Brooklyn at the one we went to are all in WWE now or gone. except for him.
It's crazy to think about. Yeah, well, he's not great. I'll say that. So I think he's fine in the
He's
forgotten.
definitely not bad though. You got to say that.
He looks like, what's Gunner's new name? Do you remember?
I don't. I know when I'll see it. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Gunner is one of the guys in for the Forgotten Sons, and Blake, I thought, looked like his cousin that's trying really hard to look like him. You know what I'm talking about?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. But anyway, getting back to the WrestlingWithWrestling.com, wrapping up this cheap plug. They have all the latest news from across the wrestling world. We'll bring you the MMA news. They bring you the wrestling news, and they got rundowns of the latest results in wrestling from Pro Wrestling Noah over in Japan and other places. So keep up with them. And yeah, so like I said, WrestlingWithWrestling.com, covering all four corners of the ring. And last, we'll let you know about DramaCityProductions.com a little bit more later, and some of the other podcasts you can listen to on it. But if you go to our page on there, DramaCityProductions.com/P.W.S, there are 2 links, bro. Merch and more merch. Go to merch, bro. You can get great shirts like the one that says, "We'll light it on fire. It's gone forever, bro." If you don't want a shirt, bro, we got coffee mugs and travel mugs, bro. When I got a coffee mug, bro, I cried, bro.
I had to climb a pole to get mine, bro.
Bro, you don't even have to climb a pole and open a box and pull out a framed picture of Booker T, bro. Or who was that framed picture of? Well, it wasn't Booker, was it? Who am I thinking of?
I think it was Russo, wasn't it? Wasn't it himself?
I don't think it was Russo. Somebody else. We covered it.
Something stupid. I remember that.
It's in the archives, bro. It was when they had the San Francisco 49ers match.
Which I was at. I forgot about. I don't tell people that. I was at Russo's last show and I forgot. That's how bad it was.
Bro, I didn't even know it was Russo's last show, bro. When I found out, I cried, bro. But this is stupid. But anyway, yeah.
No, it's not stupid. What are you talking about? This is cutting edge stuff.
Merch and more merch. It'll take you to our Redbubble store and our Spreadshirt store. Good prices, good merch. Go check it out. But all right, I think it's time to dive into some shoot sports, bro. Let's get into MMA. This one, I know you're going to love this first thing because it's straight out the Wrestling Observer.
Can we just skip it?
Well, it's not necessarily a news or opinion thing. I mean, it is news, but...
Who runs the Observer?
Uncle Dave and his nephew?
Upset.
Yeah, there you go. But anyway, his MMA coverage is usually fairly unbiased and pretty good. Dana White was asked about updates on a long-discussed heavyweight title fight between champion Daniel and WWE roster member Brock Lesnar. His answer, don't hold your breath. Quote, seriously, that fight isn't even in the works. That fight might not even happen.
Well, Dana says he's aiming for August, so...
When did he say that? Because this was like a couple days ago he said this, I think.
I don't know, but one thing about Dana is he plays everything close to his chest, so I'm not going to believe Uncle Dave on this one. He may get lucky with WWE, but...
I don't believe anything that comes out of Dana's mouth.
Well, I mean, when it comes to his big money fights, he's usually not lying about that.
Yeah. Well, White said that he has not spoken to Lesnar about the fight and indicated that former title holder Stipe Miocic could be next for Cormier, something that Miocic has been campaigning for since he was knocked out by Cormier last summer. White indicated
Well, in my opinion, when someone gets knocked out, they fall down the ladder. Now, if it was a lucky decision, that's different. But Stipe went out in round 1, so I think he needs to win a few before he gets back there, personally. But then again, the heavyweight division is depleted, so... Yeah,
I was going to say, who the hell else is there? White indicated that Cormier was upset that the Lesnar fight isn't materializing as he would have hoped. Cormier had talked about the Lesnar fight being the final of his career and an expected big payday given Lesnar's past as a pay-per-view draw.
Well, hell yeah. I mean, that's an instant $1 million bucks right there.
Well, okay, well then, with that being said, now that they're not on pay-per-view anymore. I mean, they are, but they're exclusively on ESPN Plus, right? Or, right?
Right.
Okay. So,
Well,
is that going to change
you got to
the
pay for the
dynamic?
You got to pay for the pay-per-view on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, I know, but
So
you have to be able to stream, and you have to be able to subscribe.
well, apparently it's gotten more hits than actual pay-per-view because everyone's on computer now.
That's weird. I mean,
it's just people cutting the cable, cutting the cord. A lot of people. You can't order pay-per-view unless you have cable, right? So I think the dynamic there is like everybody's watching via stream now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about how many people, don't have streaming capabilities where they live. I mean, I don't know
The same thing could be said for cable too. So I mean, it's just, I guess, I don't know. If you got it, you got it. I guess.
Well, I know for people like
I see what you're saying. It's just like you have to factor in. What about people who only have that and don't have cable? It's like now people who don't have cable can watch the pay-per-view. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that,
legally, anyways.
Well, yeah. This one sucks. UFC's Darren Till was arrested for allegedly stealing a taxi and trashing a hotel room. Who does he think he is? Johnny Depp? Oh. I'm getting a letter.
Not me.
It's at Pod Rest Society. Make sure that it's in purple crayon.
Hashtag Troy, not Greg. Thank you.
Yeah, it's hashtag Troy, not hashtag Greg.
At least not for this.
Yeah. Good Lord. Make sure your R's are also backwards, too.
And purple crayon, if you can do that online.
God. Here's one. 4 months after attacking jiu-jitsu coach Flavio Almeida, I think is how you pronounce it.
That guy.
Yeah, during an event in Anaheim, California, longtime MMA fighter and coach Ralph Gracie has been charged with a felony in Orange County. Man. Why did he attack him? Do we know?
I don't know. I think he just snapped apparently. There was something that was said and he didn't like it, or I don't know.
Wait a minute, a Gracie having a short temper? Dude,
I guess it could have been worse.
I looked up the Gracie family tree, and I'm like, my God, this is worse than the Samoan family tree. I give up.
Yeah, there's like a million of them.
UFC veteran Rodrigo de Lima, I don't know, was hit and killed in a hit and run accident in Brazil. Yeah,
that was sad, man.
Do you know him? I haven't heard of him.
I've heard of him. I mean, I think he fought in the UFC twice.
That sucks. Yeah, he wasn't very old either. I'm not sure his exact age. I don't know how common hit and run, deaths are there. I've always heard bad things about the traffic in other countries. So.
It was in Brazil?
Yeah.
I've actually heard, and this is just what I read. I'm not claiming it, but I've heard it's so bad down there when people go down there to tour, like tourists.
Yeah.
They actually carry an extra wallet and an extra cell phone, like an empty wallet and a fake cell phone, to give up when they inevitably get robbed. That's a thing.
My dad had to go for business, and he had escorts through part of his way down there just to keep him safe.
Yep.
Not good. By the way, he was 21.
Bad.
Or not 20. Not good. Bad. He was 28 years old. That sucks. It was by a rideshare driver after arguing, apparently, according to the Daily Mail. So they're not saying. Let's see. They usually put some details here. MMA or fighter hit and killed Sunday. That'd be last Sunday in a hit and run collision following an argument with a rideshare driver in his native Brazil. The 26-year-old reportedly left his car at a gas station during an argument. The man he was arguing with, believed to be the rideshare driver, allegedly ran over to Lima from behind, killing the former UFC star. So he didn't even run him over. Not that it would have been much better. They didn't even run him over facing the guy. He ran as he's walking away. He runs him over from behind.
Yep.
Good Lord. He's married, or he was married, and the father of 2 children. Man, that makes it even worse, man. The story keeps getting worse and worse. Good Lord. Well, all the best to his family. This is going to be a really hard time. But moving on to something less depressing here. You're going to really have to help me with this damn name if you can pronounce it. Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Never heard of him.
Okay. Well, apparently, he had a fight recently, and he called out Anthony Pettis, saying, quote, "Come get this beating." I always love when no-name guys...
That's cute.
I always love when no-name guys call out some, like, big fighter. And they're like, "I'm going to beat his ass." I'm like, who are you?
And you would be...
I am born the unspeakable. The skulls of those who defy me bleach in the suns of 100 worlds. And you are?
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's do like 2 quick takeaways. Number 1, who the hell are you? Like, what's your rank? And number 2, why would a guy who's in the top 5, maybe in the top 3, jump down to fight you?
Well, because he called him out, Greg. Told him to come.
Well, then, put it together. Let's do this.
Yeah, damn right. I see the money.
Yeah, well, clearly he does too.
Yeah.
Pettis is a draw, let's be honest, so, yeah.
He apparently beat, I think, Stephen Thompson.
Stephen Thompson.
Oh,
yeah, that's a real accomplishment.
Well, MMA
Boy,
Mania.
right? I think so.
Yeah, it's not, MMA fighting, or MMA, I'm sorry, I'm getting my websites mixed up. MMAmania.com calls it a, quote, lucky win over Stephen Thompson.
How do you win?
Let's see. I'm trying to figure this out. Thanks to a knockout win over Stephen Thompson at UFC Fight Night 148 back in March. No, I'm sorry, that was Anthony Pettis who knocked him out back in March. So they're not calling it a lucky win. I guess that
Anthony Pettis winning any fight is not a lucky win. So
yeah, well, Santiago Ponzinibbio, I guess I'm gonna go with that. Is calling it a lucky win. He's a number 8 ranked Argentinian who wants to fight the number 7 ranked Showtime Anthony Pettis. So they're
number 8.
This guy is.
Well, I'll have to go back on think, but it's like the UFC rankings do not matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about who can make Dana the most money. Never once has anyone have ever seen a fight made. Okay, this is gonna happen because this guy's number 1, and this guy's a champion. Never once. Case in point, Brock Lesnar. Why the hell is he even in the conversation for the heavyweight title? There's no way he's even ranked right now. He's not even in. It doesn't have a damn contract, I believe. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess Pettis is number 7, like I said, and on social media, the guy to which we are referring said, "Showtime Pettis, there's no way I'm going to allow you to be ahead of me. Come get this beating. You won't get lucky like last time."
Well, okay, if we're gonna go off the rankings again, not to go back on things, I guess that makes sense. 7 and 8, why not?
Yeah, if you're going off of pure rankings, sure.
But again, the rankings don't matter. I feel like I'm all over the map here.
Well, this guy, for reference, he's 27-3. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, Pettis.
I guarantee those 3
8.
are outside the UFC where it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh man, now I'm getting a letter. Sorry guys, Bellator sucks. I'm sorry, but
oh man, what are you talking about?
I know hardcore UFC
and Rise. Come on, or Risen. What is it? Risen.
This is not that bad. It's got some good guys, but I mean, I know even hardcore UFC haters that sit there and laugh at Bellator. So the reason I point that out is because it's one or the other. Like, wow, you get your haters laughing at Bellator. That's pretty bad.
Well, yeah, they got freak show fights of like old men who can't do it.
What are you talking about? The last one I went to was Rampage and Vanderlei Silva.
Oh,
2018. That's not a freak show fight. That was
the hell out of me.
That's an amazing fight 12 years ago.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my gosh. Their next signee, CM Punk. Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, don't get ahead.
Israel Adesanya says that he wants Paulo Costa, quote, before before USADA gets him.
Oh yeah, like everyone's saying he's like on something.
Yeah,
that's speculation. I don't know. I'm not gonna touch that because it's not fair.
Well, Adesanya apparently believes it because he said he wants him before USADA gets him. So
you gotta respect the guy calling out an alleged cheater.
Yeah.
You gotta respect that. I mean,
I was like, man, he's got cojones. He was the winner of that fight a couple weekends ago, right?
Yeah, he's the I don't know if it's the interim or the actual middleweight champion. I think it's the interim. There's like 47 interim champions. I don't know. Yeah,
I believe it was the interim because I was listening to Uncle Dave actually was talking about it. Wow. And he was talking about it. He was like, well, of course, after, had two great fights, whatever, Dana's sitting there tooting his own horn, going off on people for hating interim titles. He's like, well, these interim title fights are great. And it's like, well, yeah, but it's still stupid.
I mean, I personally think that if they're injured and they can't defend it, they got to get stripped of it. That's just the way it is.
Yep. Sorry.
I think they've had more interim title fights in the past 2 years than boxing's ever had, ever.
That's pathetic. And boxing has like 1 million titles that don't mean a damn thing.
Yeah. Well, they got quite a few that mean something, but I agree they got a lot that don't mean anything.
When you see a guy walking out holding 10 belts, like, come on. I quit caring after.
I think anything that Canelo has is legit. So everything else, I don't know. I think they have like a Ring magazine champion. I mean, I think that's true.
Holy crap.
Like the WBO is like the only one I look at like, okay, that guy's the man.
Yeah. Good Lord. Last MMA thing I got here. I guess the fight targeted for Khabib's return upon his suspension being over is him versus Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Khabib told MMAfighting.com, quote, I think I have to maul him like I do with everybody. This is what I have to do.
Dude, this is not even going to be a fight, man.
He said, I respect him like fighter, like human, but when we go to the cage, I have to maul this guy. End quote.
And he's going to, and I'm going to put money on it saying he's going to win the first round.
Yeah, well, you need a...
Come on, man. Dustin Diamond, you're not going to do anything.
Wow. Well,
good old Screech.
Well, he's going to be screeching when Khabib gets a hold of him. No, I'm not even a Khabib fan.
I'm really not either, but the guy's damn good. You can't deny it. So he's going to murder him.
Oh, God, I know. Well, what happens in wrestling when a big name comes back from an injury? Give him a couple squashes. Like, here you go. Gosh, this... sorry, Dustin. I'm getting a letter from the whole 2 Dustin Diamond fans. Well, the real one and this one, I'm getting letters from.
Oh, there's 3. Don't forget, it's the real one's agent.
Oh, well, yeah. Lord. All right. I think we're wrapping up the shoot sports, bro. I think we spent enough time on that. When we come back, we're going to dive into the world of wrestling. But right now, we're going to take a quick promo break to let you know about some other great podcasts besides just this one on the Drama City Productions Podcast Network. I'm not sure if you were aware, Greg, there are other good podcasts on that network. It's not just us.
You have no idea how many I listen to, though.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I'm going to give them a chance. Don't worry. I'm not, saying no.
Just, look, but if you go to DramaCityProductions.com, here are other great podcasts. Here are a couple of them right here. We'll be right back.
DramaCityProductions.com.
What's up, party people? You are listening to Conversations with Paycheck and Red,
an inappropriate comedy podcast.
Have you ever taken a photo of your own butthole?
Do you enjoy the smell of hot dog water?
Do you have random conversations about dildos?
Well, this is the podcast for you.
Just 2 good old boys having no-holds-barred conversations.
All while laughing inappropriately.
Oh, hell. Paycheck and Red have gotten themselves into another inappropriate conversation. Let's listen and see how they get out of this one.
City Productions.com.
Game ticket, $50. Hot dog, $8. Team store item, $25.
I told him I can beat him with one hand tied behind my back, with some glasses on, with one eye lens out, with some flip-flops on in the ring.
Having to listen to someone's dumb sports opinions? Worthless. Some people shouldn't talk sports. For everyone else, there's the Unspoken Podcast, available on most podcasting platforms, and on the web at theunsporkensportspodcast.weebly.com.
All right, we're back. And you know what that means. It's time for our scripted pro wrestling. I'm going to start off with a hot one here, man. Did you see that clip of it may or may not be CM Punk doing a run-in at a random indie show?
I did. Apparently someone confirmed that it is him, but I don't know.
Yeah, somebody took like a zoom, because the guy posed before he left, and they zoomed in. It looks a lot like him in the face, because like there's holes in the mat, for like big eye holes and a mouth hole. Kind of looks like him.
I'm trying to just like sidestep the obvious jokes here. Anyway, so.
Well, it had an a-hole inside of it. Oh, sorry.
Oh, man.
I'm getting a letter. All the people that chant CM Punk at WWE shows.
Oh, I already got like a whole bunch of them getting mad at me on Twitter for that.
No, I'm sure.
Like, what's the point of this crap?
Because he was good, Greg. We want it back.
I love the idiots that say, well, he's the last good wrestler they ever had. I'm like, so Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan.
Grow a
Let's name a few.
Pain. Daniel Bryan was one of the reasons he quit, because he said he deserved the big push, and he didn't feel that Bryan was going to get it. So he used that in his argument to why he quit. Well, whatever. But anyway, yeah.
Talking about him pisses me off. I'm sorry.
I know. But why the hell would he just be like, you know what? I'm going to run in this random indie show, like covered head to toe, hit a GTS, and get the F out? Does he just...
I hear that he did it and literally hopped in his car and took off.
He probably did.
That's what report says. I don't know. Hearsay, of course.
Yeah. Well, my thing is like, does he crave being a headline?
He says he doesn't, but...
Yeah, okay.
Remember when he left? One of his things, one of the first times he, quote, broke his silence, he said he didn't want to be called CM Punk. He wanted to be out of the headlines. He wanted to be out of the spotlight.
Yeah, which is why he made a huge spectacle of himself on the Colt Cabana podcast, which was litigated. And he
now he lost his best friend apparently, and Corey Graves hates his guts too now.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking him. Not that that's a thing. Oh God, Corey Graves hates you. You lose that life. But it's like, apparently he's losing friends left and right. So
his former best friend, is suing him.
I heard that got dismissed though, right?
I don't know. I don't know what the result of that was.
But in either event, yeah. I mean,
bad. Not good. I'm just wondering, it's like, why the hell is he doing run-ins on a freaking backwoods indie show?
If he comes back, we know where he's going. I mean, at this point.
Well, yeah, he's sure as hell not going to WWE. Like, dude, he can't get along with the people in WWE.
That could be a shot in the arm that company needs, but I don't know.
Well, while we're on that subject, you want to dive into it? Because there's some stuff.
Let's do it.
All right. AEW. I know all the nerds just got hardcore nerd boners right now, like when they saw the trailer for the new Star Wars.
Whoa, that's okay.
We'll leave the big story to the end here. I mean, these are all decent-sized stories. Leva, I don't know how you pronounce her last name. Blue Pants. You remember her?
I do.
Leva, Blue
Wasn't she
Pants.
she was at NXT when you and I went, right?
I think so. I want to say yes.
Yeah, she came out for the Vaudevillains. She was keeping Alexa Bliss in check, I believe. I remember right. Something like that.
Yeah, I believe so. but she is AEW's The Librarian, according to Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega. For those of you not aware...
Oh, God, what a gimmick.
Well,
Wait,
for those of...
Is that a gimmick?
It is.
Okay.
The whole thing, it started on being the Elite, and I don't watch, so I had to read about it. They decided, the Elite, that is, pronouns, pal.
The Elite.
They decided, we came up with this gimmick, the Librarian, and it's such a horse crap, stupid gimmick. We're going to pick somebody. Yeah, and they said, we're going to slap it on somebody who we think is, like, so good, we're going to saddle them with this crap and be like, get this over. So they were looking around, and Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega posted on Twitter, said, Leva Blue Pants Bates, the one and only, the Librarian. To which Matt Jackson replied, WTF. And he and Christopher Daniels posted a picture of this PWG's Peter Avalon. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. I never have. Some dorky-looking dude with a mustache. Either way, they posted his picture and says, he is the one and only Librarian. So then
the male and the female librarian, right?
I guess. And then Brandy Rhodes replied with, like, a thinking emoji. It was like, And a lot of people are thinking this is setting up for an intergender match at Double or Nothing. Winner gets the gimmick.
Oh, man.
I know, right?
Fight hard for that one.
Yeah, it's like, wouldn't you want to be the loser in this case? Or is the winner also the loser? I don't know. I'm confused.
So they want to be taken seriously, and then they do that.
It is funny, but
I thought Cody said Russo wasn't allowed near AEW. Could have swore he said that.
Well, in their defense, and I don't know if this is an offense, it's just factual. They're not. This is true. They're not going to get the WWE audience, at least not the majority of them. Those fans like WWE, and that's fine. And there's a certain point of there are a group of fans that like what these guys, the Elite, and people like them, and Joey Ryan, they like what the crap that they do. And I don't mean crap as in it all sucks, but I'm just throwing it out there. I think they're
don't insult Joey Ryan because Ramon will get pissed.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Did he get to touch it?
No, I don't think. No, I didn't want to go. I like how we can just say touch it and we all know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, so did you make the decision not to go after I sent you that video of the guy with his buttplex?
No, it actually happened during an event which we couldn't go to, I think. There was a reason for it.
Good for you. You dodged that bullet.
Oh, Joey Ryan will be back here in a few weeks. Don't worry.
Oh, God. Well, hopefully he doesn't get suplexed by a man's butt cheeks.
No, I want him to get suplexed by a man's balls.
Oh, my gosh. Candice LeRae is gone. She's not doing ball plexes anymore. Just throw in your Google machine. I'm not getting in.
Or don't.
Yeah.
Don't. Stop encouraging them.
No, they need to see that. Anyway.
Yeah, it's like, I got to see this crap. You got to see it.
Exactly. Just like you with those awful pictures.
Oh, that's true. All right, you got me there. You can't argue that.
But I think AEW
it is fair,
realizes, I think AEW realizes, look, we appeal to a certain demographic, and we're steering this ship hard into it until it hits a shore.
We appeal to a certain look, bro.
Wow.
You were thinking it.
A little bit.
Well, you are now.
Yeah, I am now, if nothing else. What is an actual good big announcement for Double or Nothing is officially booked is Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes. That should be good.
I mean,
dude, Dustin Rhodes is a great worker. I think you and I have talked about he only gets better with age. However, he did just have both knees, yeah,
and Cody's coming off an injury too.
Which, oddly enough, is his knee.
Yeah, so, I mean...
Are they just going to kick each other in the knees the whole match?
Or have a pact to not touch each other's legs. One of the two.
Yeah, it's like, look, bro, just not below the belt. All right, everything above is cool. Just... But yeah, so that's that. I mean, I'm hoping it'll be a good match. I think they'll bring the best out of each other. Cody's always wanted to fight his brother, so
I'm intrigued to watch. I will say that.
if anybody's going in thinking it's going to be a 5-star classic, get that out of your mind right now. It's just going to be fun, but yeah. And that opens up for me to ask, do you think, and I know I asked you this last night, but do you think Dustin's going to have a run in AEW, or is this kind of like a swan?
I think it'll be a small one. Like I said, I think they'll have a rematch.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I think he's.
I don't know if you saw it, but like Chris Jericho's like pro Dustin in this one. He put on Twitter. He goes, "Can't wait to see Dustin kick your ass." So
already setting up feuds, bro.
Yep.
Maybe it'll be Jericho and Cody at fight. What is it? Fight for the Fallen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So never know. I mean, he's never faced.
I like that show, by the way. I mean, I think it's fighting for like military people who died, right? Or
I haven't done a whole lot of research on it. I
think it's something like that.
I haven't really done a whole lot of research on it, so I don't know.
From what I read, I think I read something about fallen military people. So that's cool.
But I guess it's time for us to talk about this one. There's been a lot of news and rumors and whatnot about this one.
An innuendo?
Yes, rumor and innuendo. From Cage Side Seats, reporter Tony Miglio's sources claim discussions between the two entities, Turner and All Elite Wrestling, are paying the network. They're claiming that All Elite is going to be paying TNT to put their content on the air, not the other way around. He had this whole thing about it, and he wrote up saying that his sources claimed it's a, but not pay for play, I guess. Buy. You know what a time buy? That's what I'm thinking of. He claims it's a time buy where because most shows like, we know about Fox is paying an ungodly amount of money to Vince McMahon to put SmackDown on their network. Well, this way, he's claiming AEW is going to be paying Turner to put their own show on TNT. However, he is the only one reporting this. Other people have actually come out against this. So, for instance, you want to go with your favorite first for a...
Well, yeah, because we all know he's the authority on it.
Well, exactly. Yeah, some people are speculating that he's being paid by AEW.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah.
Here's something I was telling my friend yesterday, Ramon. It's like, if there's anything I believe this fool on, it might be this. Like, I feel like he knows AEW very well. So.
Oh yeah, he's personal friends with a lot of these guys.
They name their move after him. Come on, man.
Yep. Why would and why would they BS him?
Yeah, right.
Like, they have no reason to. But yeah, so...
because they know his nephews are going to be their number one fan base. So.
Exactly. They're probably going to be wearing Wrestling Observer T-shirts in the front row. But they call their message board on Wrestling Observer, quote, the board. So, yeah.
kind of like the stop.
God, I'm going to smack you. But anyway... on the board, Uncle Dave posted, 1 hour is false. Apparently that was another rumor, that it was only going to be an hour. He said 1 hour is false. Time buy is false. It's the exact opposite. What's the exact opposite of an hour?
I don't know, half hour?
I don't know. But anyway, he said, look at sports rights, Bellator, Matchroom, whatever the hell that is, UFC on ESPN. People are offering tons of money for weekly live programming and also to get their streaming services started. That's the reason this thing is starting this year. One of the reasons the deal hasn't been signed yet is because of multiple bidders.
Okay. UFC, Bellator, established.
Yeah. Well, whether
Matchroom? You like it or not, I mean, that's we're bashing on it, but they're established, so people are going to pay for that. This is a crapshoot, a gamble.
It is, but...
We've seen many companies try and fail. Except for Impact. I don't know the hell they're still floating.
Well...
Ring of Honor, which is like a really good alternative. Can't even get a national deal. And yet Cody Rhodes will.
Well, I think part of the Ring of Honor thing is because they're kind of being held down by their owners, which is odd when you think about it, you know?
I know.
So, but regardless, this one, I will say, has so much like buzz around it. I figured they'd be willing to at least take a small gamble. And it's like just because you can sign like a short-term contract with them and then terminate it at will. So what's to stop them from doing that? You know, no harm, no foul. You know, and I don't know. I don't know what TNT's ratings look like. Voices of Wrestling says, quote, "We asked an AEW source if time-buy deals were on the table. The answer given was no. This was double-sourced." And then Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com reports, quote, "Sources on the AEW side of things are denying rumors of time-buy. One said they'd not even heard time-buy as a discussion before news broke yesterday. I guess we'll see either way." So there you go. And then Maglio seems to be sticking to his source, or sticking to his original reporting. He said, checked back in with AEW/Turner negotiations source. Person still believes any hefty rights fees is, quote, highly unlikely. A time buy could also just be worked out via adjusted ad revenue split. Lots of ways to account for TV money, as we all know. Complex negotiations continue. Ah, man. I don't know about this.
I mean, I won't deny it's complex.
Yeah, it's weird. I'll say that. Here's a good story for you. Well, not really good. I use, whatever. I'll dive into it, though. Impact Wrestling has terminated its relationship with Sean Ricker, known as Eli Drake. Drake was originally announced as Tessa Blanchard's opponent for this past Thursday's United We Stand show, but Drake tweeted on February 22nd that he would not be participating in the match. Quote, "I have amazing respect for Impact Wrestling and Tessa Blanchard and can see that she is likely the greatest female talent in wrestling today."
Sorry.
She's really good, I'll say that. I think she is a bad over actress. However, so is Charlotte. So I can't really... I don't know. I've never liked Charlotte's acting. I don't know about you. Her wrestling is fantastic, obviously.
She talks like a robot.
Yeah, I know. I can't stand it. At least Tessa Blanchard's talking is, not robotic, but she, I don't know. Have you seen her promos?
I have.
It's very stereotypical, in my opinion. When you think of, the bad guy heel, how they would act, boom, that's it. She's trying really hard. But anyway, Drake wrote, although that said, I will not participate in a one-on-one intergender match. Apparently that didn't sit well with Impact. But Joey Ryan instead faced Blanchard at United We Stand, which I'm sure was so much better. But anyway, Drake didn't have a match at the show, but he wrestled Impact Wrestling's tapings in Windsor, Ontario, Canada in March and continued his storyline with Eddie Edwards. Not any longer. Dude's gone. Bye, Dick Rick.
Dick Rick.
That was his indie name before he got signed to Impact. I'm not kidding. He got trained in Ohio, and his indie name was Dick Rick.
Okay.
Don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why, but it was. When we come back, we got a little bit more news, but we're going to take a quick promo break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up, bro.
DramaCityProductions.com.
Small Town Mentality Podcast with your host, Ben. A podcast about nothing and everything. A podcast where we get together with friends, drink beer, and see where the conversation takes us. We don't edit. We don't care what people say. It's small town people with a small town mentality. It gets offensive at times, lots of swearing, and a whole lot of not caring. Available everywhere you get podcasts. You can find us on Twitter at STMPod, on Instagram at STMPodcast, and on Facebook at Small Town Mentality Pod. We'll see you there.
DramaCityProductions.com.
Hey folks, Big E here with some breaking news. My podcast, Karaoke Big E, was just named the #1 karaoke podcast of all time. Don't believe me? Well, you shouldn't. That category definitely does not exist. My co-host Kevmo and I are in a league of our own when it comes to podcasts. So why don't you check out the world's best, well, probably only, karaoke podcast, Karaoke Big E. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever else you get your podcast, or you can check us out at karaokebige.com. Come on by every Tuesday and give us a listen, and remember, you can't be a star if you don't shine.
All right, we're back, and, well, before we get into, we got a little bit of Ring of Honor, a little bit of New Japan, but there's actually decent-sized stories out of all places, Mexico, though I wanted to touch on, since we're going over all the, throughout the wrestling world, bigger stuff. This one's actually from your favorite, Greg, AAA. I know how much. I know how much you love them. You talk
Triple Mania, man, still the greatest show I've ever seen in my life.
Well, you might actually like that. You might actually want to see Triple Mania this year. I think it's 27. You might actually want to see it because your boy Cain Velasquez is booked.
I will watch that part and that part only.
I can't remember who he's fighting or wrestling or whatever. I don't know. It's going to be weird, dude.
No, it's not. It's going to be good.
I hope that's just a stop before WWE, but I don't know. This could be it for him. I don't know if he wants to stay in Mexico, but we'll see. I hear he's in intense training. At a press conference, Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide announced a show for NYC on Sunday, September 15th. For the first time, they have been back since July of 1994 when they ran the adjoining theater to MSG. So this show will actually be in Madison Square Garden. Tickets will go on sale May 4th on Ticketmaster, with expected streaming options to be announced at a later date. No matches have been announced, but it was said that there will be a lot of surprises. I sure as hell hope so. They're in freaking Madison Square Garden, dude. Like, no matter what anybody thinks of any promotion, this is a big deal. Whether or not anybody cares about AAA or not, I will say this. With them being
they're not running it with WrestleMania there, so
yeah,
that'll be telling.
They did say they're expecting most of the people buying tickets to be fly-ins, so I guess that'll be an excuse for,
Well, I'm expecting a check in the mail for $1 million here any minute, so we all expect things.
What the hell? Both the event date and on-sale date have intended Mexican significance. The show is the day before Mexican Independence Day, while the on-sale date is Cinco de Mayo, a nod to the Hispanic community in New York, which they hope to draw from.
So it's on Mexican Independence Day?
The day before. Or,
I was going to say, they're going to run a card against Canelo.
Yeah, no, it's the day before Mexican Independence Day. So, where's Canelo fighting?
I don't know, but he always fights on that day.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, so they're trying to.
It's a big deal because every Mexican person in the world tunes into boxing on Mexican Independence Day. That's why I say it's good they're not running that day because no one would watch that.
It's going to be a big 2 days for Mexico. AAA in MSG and then Canelo the next day. There you go, man. And they can give themselves a Cinco de Mayo treat by buying the tickets that day when they go on sale. I hope it does well. I will say I might actually watch.
It literally can't get any worse.
Than what?
That last crap. Last AAA.
Oh, God, yeah. I don't know what was up with that, man, because as far as I know, because this was 26, that was god-awful. If none of you have seen all the gaffes from that event, by the way, just throw it in your Google machine. It's about a half-an-hour video. Yes, there were that many mess-ups on the show.
Let me tell you something. It's a half hour long, but it's well worth the watch.
Dude, I sent the video to you and Ramon was like, I intended to like not. I was like, damn, 30 minutes. I ain't gonna watch this whole thing. But he's like, I couldn't look away. It was like a car wreck. I was like, I gotta watch until the end.
Every single moment gets worse and worse and worse.
And it's awesome all at the same time. It's the best, especially the Vampiro stuff. It's the best. All right.
That one steals the show for me. Somebody play my damn music. Play my effing music.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, that part was the best. I also liked the not to spoil, the video for you guys, but the part where was it La Parca was wheeling the guy to the ring in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And first of all, it took him forever and a day because the stage was like diamond shaped. So imagine that. And then Matt Stryker was like basically begging Vampiro to tell the name of who the hell is this guy in the wheelchair, and he would say everything but the guy's name. This day,
guy's amazing. He's a legend, and he's like a father to me. Yeah, who is he? He's a legend. That's who he is.
He's like, this was like if so-and-so, I can't even remember the name he said, was wheeling Muhammad Ali to the ring.
You should throw it up on the Twitter, let people see it.
Yeah. Like, Google searching this right now, La Parca, Triple Mania, what was it, 26, I put in the wrong, I can't spell, and then wheelchair. Nothing is coming up with this dude's name. I still don't know.
That's how amazing he is.
Okay, somebody wrote up, what happened, and they put, what the wheelchair. Oh my gosh.
One of my favorites is like when he's describing the ladder match. This isn't like the ladder match in the United States. Where you just go up the ladder and grab the belt. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was literally that.
Oh man.
It was agonizing. It was agonizing, but it was hilarious. That's all I'm going to say. But I mean, we've talked a lot about it. Yes, it's well worth your time. But with that being said, the last 2 years, Triple Mania has been on. I think it's pronounced Triple Mania. I don't know. Whatever. I don't. It's Triple Mania. It's on Twitch. I will watch it this year, and I will enjoy watching that MSG card a lot more because I'm hoping, unlike their actual pay-per-views down in like Arena Mexico and stuff like that, people aren't bringing freaking air horns into the damn arena. Can't stand that.
Or vuvuzelas, whatever the hell it's called.
The what?
Those long horns.
Oh God! Every time,
a couple of those too.
I hated that. Every time I'm watching a triple, like if I watch anything from AAA, every time it sounds like it's about. Yeah, it sounds like it's about to be the list, bro. Throwback. Go check it out on YouTube. We still have lists in the archives on YouTube. This one. Let's move on to Ring of Honor here. This one.
Oh God.
This one blew my mind, dude. PCO, Pierre Carl Ouellet, is set to challenge for the Ring of Honor World Championship for the first time in his career. The Pirate. In a video posted by...
Who is the champ, by the way?
Matt effin' Taven.
Good God.
In a video posted by Ring of Honor, it was announced that Matt Taven will defend his ROH World title against PCO at the promotion's War of the Worlds Tour show in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Thursday, May 9th. At least it makes kind of sense, I guess, because they're in Toronto. Oy vey. Well, that sucks. I will say, what was you and Ramon's reaction when he got double powerbombed outside of the ring with nothing to break his effing fall?
If I remember right, I think we cheered out loud.
I was watching at home, and like everything in my body tensed up, and I almost crapped my pants. I was like, "What the hell did I just watch?" Like he's insane. He freaking lives that damn gimmick, dude.
Yep.
He's a madman. I'll say that. Good for him. People actually kind of care about him now. It's better than the damn pirate, but
I'll take him over Taven.
Whoa! You dislike Taven that bad?
I don't like him. I don't find him to be good. I'm sorry.
I don't. He's like, I don't even have a description for it. I'll say that he's not bad, but he's not great. For me, he's there.
There are some fans that make him out to be like God's gift to wrestling.
No. And I'm not talking about this.
I mean, I look at all the champs right now. You got Seth Rollins. You got Kofi Kingston.
That one
Johnny Gargano.
Like, all right. You're talking Okada, right?
Okada, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Okada. And then Matt effing Taven.
Yeah, Okada, who is like, regardless of
sorry.
I know. Regardless of your thoughts on any promotions, I think Okada's in the conversation is like one of the best in the entire world, like just hands down. And then like you said, Seth Rollins, who's amazing, also in the conversation, is one of the best. Kofi is great.
And AJ is the best.
Yeah, I always put AJ as number one. But then, like you said, Taven. Like,
I mean, Jay Lethal, man, he's amazing.
Dude, I've heard
he may go down with Sting having gone now. He may go down as the best wrestler to never go to WWE, in my opinion. But
he's people have been dogging on him, saying that he's not as good as Ring of Honor makes him out to be.
Wow.
Yeah,
they can suck eggs, but you know.
Well, hey, listen to Bruce Pritchard. He said the best thing he ever did was impersonate Macho Man. So,
yeah,
that's pathetic.
I love his podcast, but I don't necessarily agree with everything he says.
Yeah, he can eat me for that one. I peed next to him, not Pritchard. Jay Lethal.
Oh, it's still got nothing on me.
I know. Look, you got Uncle Dave. I've got the greatest first-generation wrestler of all time.
So I win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, God. Yeah. While we're on the subject of Jay Lethal real quick, he and Jonathan Gresham, who I didn't even know were a tag team, but they're going to challenge the Gorillas of Destiny for the ROH tag team titles at War of the Worlds in Buffalo, New York on Wednesday, May 8th. That should be good.
That should be good.
Yeah. I love the Gorillas of Destiny. I mean, I lean more towards Tama Tonga, but Tonga Loa is great. So I don't know. By the way, what was going on when Ramon randomly texted me during their match, and he was like, "What does Tama Tonga call his RKO?" And I was like, "The gun stun." And I'm like, "Why?" He never did tell me.
Oh, he was just like, it was racking his brain. He forgot what it was called.
Oh, yeah.
And I told him, I was like, just message TJ. He probably knows right off the top of his head. That's seriously how it went.
Message the
because it was like really bothering him.
Because I was like, because I'm watching, I was like, well, he didn't do it yet. I was thinking he was like, what does he call it? But
I mean, you know how it is. You see something like, crap, what is it now? It's going to bother the hell out of me.
Oh, I know, yeah.
And he wanted to eliminate it quickly. So I was like, that's when I told him, like, message TJ. I guarantee you he knows. Yeah. And I think he replied, like, within seconds. So.
Also, Ring of Honor has announced that the ROH and IWGP Tag Team Champions, Gorillas of Destiny, will face the Briscoes at the War of the Worlds show in Villa Park, Illinois, Sunday, May 12th. The show is an ROH TV taping. It's going to be weird seeing the Gorillas of Destiny in Ring of Honor. Like, that's never a thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. Like, even if you don't like the Gorillas of Destiny, after I saw their entrance in MSG, I was like, dude, I'm effing hyped for this one now, man. Like,
I thought it was pretty cool, too. Honestly, and I this was really cool. Like, Matt Taven's entrance is pretty cool.
Yeah. the best, or one of the best, and his entrance was way longer than his match, was Dalton Castle. He had his rainbow mobile.
Yep.
You and Ramon, though, both of you, though, you're like, screw him. He beat up the boys.
He did, man. Jerk. I was pissed. I was like legit pissed.
I'm like, he can get new boys. The new boys. You can call them the new boys on the block.
Gimmick idea.
Yeah, there you go. But let's wrap it up with some New Japan here real quick. New Japan Pro Wrestling has started to advertise its first group of wrestlers for the opening night of this year's G1 Climax, Giggity, in Dallas, Texas. It was announced that IWGP Heavyweight Champion Kazuchika Okada, IWGP Intercontinental Champion, I forgot Kota Ibushi is the IC champ. And then Tetsuya Naito and Jay White will all wrestle at the show in Dallas. All four are expected to be in this year's tournament, though entrance, blocks, and matches will not be confirmed until we get closer to the G1. That should be good. I actually want to watch the G1 this year. I was going to last year. Everybody marked all in their pants for it, and it's a lot to keep up with, man, because it's a round robin. And god dang, there's so much content. More content!
Bro.
We covered a lot on this show, man.
Yeah, it was fun. Funner than I thought.
Yeah, this is a different format than we usually do. We said before, no news, but we decided break from the format a little bit. It's fun. It's fun to talk about other stuff every now and then instead of just keeping to a solid format. We made this executive decision. I thought I could do something else, but this was fun too. We're going to keep the other format about local indie wrestling here in Ohio and out in California. We'll keep that in the back pocket for a future episode. I'm working on securing some interviews still. Hopefully those come to fruition. If not, then they won't, whatever. But we'll see. Time will tell. But next week, there will not be a poll, bro, yet again, because Greg and I we're making an executive decision. Greg and I were talking about something, and we were like, this would make a good show. Because it's just so much ridiculousness to jam.
No pun intended.
Yeah, it's going to be a big show. Because we're going to be talking about the life and times, the career of the man we all know as the Big Show, the Giant, Paul the Great White, whatever the hell you want to call him. Knucklehead, maybe? I don't know. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, bring that back.
Well, why not? Better or worse than him wrestling in a diaper at WrestleMania?
I don't know. Let's ask Ramon.
Yeah, and Ramon, I wonder if Ramon still has, PTSD about that. Like, he'll wake up shivering in the middle of the night. Big Show's dimpled ass! Oh.
You will now.
Yeah, bringing it back, bro. And I found out he's my age, so he too was a teenager when all that went down. But he was physically there. I only had to watch it on TV, so I was a little more fortunate. Or was I? Because he didn't have a close-up view, whereas you and I watched it on TV. They zoomed in on that mother effer.
Multiple times.
God. Yeah. I'm thinking about it now. God, I got to do something. I got to get mind bleach now. But anyway, we're going to be talking about the Big Show next week. Some of you may think it's a sleeper episode, but honestly, you and I, there's a lot of great content to get into with him. Good stuff. Good stuff I'm looking forward to. But yeah, it'll be fun. And I think we'll put the poll up again next week, bro.
Put it on a poll, bro.
Hell yeah. There's a ton of great stuff. Just looking at the subjects that I've thought of so far that you and I have compiled. I mean, there's so much stuff we could put on the poll, bro. You guys voted down, handily voted down War Games a couple weeks ago, so we'll leave that one off for a little while. Some of you wanted Austin's heel turn at WrestleMania X7, but we covered a little bit of that in the Invasion episode, so those of you that wanted it, you can still go hear about it. We'll if we do a show on that in the future, we'll dive, more deep into the actual just Austin and not everything around it. But yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff that we can get into. Here you go, man. Here's 2 ideas right off the top. We'll come up with at least one more, but these are 2 that I'm thinking of for in 2 weeks. The ECW reboot.
Man.
And
how can you top that?
WO in WWE. And the third one we'll talk about. Well, those 2 ones, I know you really wanted to cover the NWO. I really wanted to cover ECW. I want to cover them both, but there's a third one we'll come up with for next week. But next week we will cover the...
Oh, I know. Naked Midian.
That would be a very small, shriveled episode, Greg.
Well, people demand to have a Naked Midian episode, so...
I think you're literally the only person to demand that. The only one. And those are the same people that are demanding a Beaver Cleavage episode.
Oh, dude! Double episode!
Hell yeah! Back. You're right? Oh, God. Anyway, that's enough for us. We're going to leave now. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next time. Later.
This has been a Drama City production.